Never played Card Hunter before, although I did see it at PAX one year. I think I just walked past it at the indie booth, maybe watched a couple of people playing it. It looked like a really cool concept. I believe it's like a tactical RPG that's also a TCG. That's the extent of my knowledge about the game. Let's go ahead and check it out. Woohoo! Welcome, Marstead. Playing Card Hunter together is going to be awesome. I really like the player's guidebook. Kind of looks like the old school first edition D&D and chainmail books. Green Fang's Challenge. My older brother Melvin has been telling me how great it is. Deep in the undying marshes are hidden 3 priceless artifacts: a sword, a mace, and a staff. 2 exciting battles for levels 18 to 22. Oh, that's... Well, congratulations, Yukupo. That's awesome. Is this going to be a permanent gig? I know you've been bumping around a little bit with temp jobs, right? It'll be a bummer not to have you here, but first and foremost, congrats. That's awesome. Okay, cool. You got, like, D&D style miniatures. Cold-eyed lizardmen pour forth to defend their temple. So he's like the GM. He's got the cape and everything. Huh. Awesome. Good luck, man. I hope to see you when you got time off. But way to go. Right-click or press the spacebar on cards to see what they do. Like the little text thing up here, that's neat. Different targets for this attack. Block, draw a card. So that's a good cantrip. Armor 2, keep. What does keep do? Turn this card to hand or reattach after it triggers. Okay, that's cute. How does Armor 2 work? When you would take damage, prevent 2 points of that damage. Walk. Move 2. Okay. Run. Move 3. Dash, move 4. They did a pretty good job of giving you a starting hand that kind of establishes the differences between different cards. Add 3 to block rolls against this attack. It has a reach of 2, is that what that means? Okay. Heal of 5. And this also shows me the range in general in the bottom right corner. Target character draws a card. Okay. Bolt has a range of 6. Spark, choose up to 3 different targets for this attack. Okay. Burst 2. Does that mean it hits enemies within range? Okay. Yeah, it's basically 4th edition with cards. It's pretty great. Alright, now presumably I can have any of these people go first. Interesting that my mage can act first. Which one was the burst card? Then 2 squares, right? Yeah, that's a ticket. I only hit 2 of them max. Maybe I should save it until they get closer to me. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. That's fine. Ah. This is on Congregate as well? That's cool. Is it like a flash game? I'm playing it in Steam, but... 4 shows all the squares you can reach with that card. Yep. Got it. He does have a spear and can reach 2, so why don't we move him up here? Huh. Run out of cards you can pass. Now I could fireball, but I assume that hits my ally. Yeah. Guess I could just eat it. I mean, I am about to hit a bunch of dudes. He's got a ton of hit points, he can take it. And then they get burn cards. My chat's behind? Huh. Get a card I played, open the battle log in the top left. You're looking at my on-screen chat? Because I'm looking in separate look at Twitch chat right here. It looks good to me. Just happened. 13:35. I can relaunch it. Maybe Serpa's video is behind. Okay, thanks guys. Let's see. Use my swing is why I came over here. Is it the guy that needs more damage? Nice. Planar travel. Okay. I wonder if there's a difference between movement and teleporting. Yeah, no, I've never seen... It's displaying fine for me on my OBS preview window. It's really weird. Hover over card numbers and icons to find out what they mean. Okay. Right, we were doing that earlier. Thanks for the hot tip. What's inspiration do? Probably should draw a card with this character at some point, although I want to use my turns effectively here. Sweet. I want to send the dwarf in the future to be tanking, right? It's interesting having to make the choice of which of your characters to control each turn. Can I back out once I've chosen to use the card, or is it already too late? I think it's already too late. That's okay. No problem. I was super confused. Alright, let's see. The opportunity cost of casting a heal spell on yourself is quite high, although I guess the enemy also can only use one character in the party per turn, right? How does the burn work again? Do I have to click and hold? Okay, there we go. Takes 2 points of fire damage. So the ones that are burned, he's going to die in his next turn. Maybe that's why he's grayed out like that. Let me go ahead and draw a card. Inspired myself. That makes perfect sense. Looks like the same version on Congregate. I think it is. Okay. He's gonna die because I made bad decisions in my life. Let's see. Who would I want to bludgeon? Just does damage, it looks like. He's gonna die anyway. This will make him die because he'll take 2 damage on his next turn.
Whoa!
Shield block. Defend you automatically if you roll high enough. Oh, that's cute. So if you roll 2 or higher, right on. Cute. And then it's a cantrip, so it replaces itself. I don't think I can force myself to draw cards at all, right? I should have sent the dwarf in first so that they would all move around him. I'm basically out of things anybody can do right now. I don't have any way to force a draw as far as I know. Right. Dash does no good.
Huh.
Armor automatically gets played. I guess I have to pass.
No.
Okay, it's not game over if one of my characters dies. That's cool. I think it's exactly the same game, because I think it's the same login you can use on like the Card Hunter website to play it. Gotta let them move in the melee range with my dwarf. So it doesn't look like this fireball is triggering. Let me review the text here. Start of each round. They don't seem to be taking the 2 points of fire damage for whatever reason. It does 10 damage, and both of these guys are burning, so I shouldn't screw with either of them. Maybe a round is longer than I thought it was. Select a card for Borgo Stoneheart to discard. Where are the discardable cards? Oh, down here? Because he's about to draw too many? Oh, a round must last longer than I thought it did. Okay, I didn't understand that earlier. I think I get it now, though. Now they're taking their fire damage. Okay. Alright. I understand this game a little bit better now. He remains dead, and will stay dead for the rest of the encounter, I presume. Let's see. I want to wait to walk, maybe force these guys to move closer to me. Just parry work. Automatic block. Okay. Teleport other, that would be nice. Push 3, teleport. He's the only legal target, so that's why it's valid. This game has cool design space so far. Roll the 3 or higher. Reduce the damage taken. See chaos. It's very cool so far, though. I like it. 2 different targets for 10 damage each. Yeah. It looks like it automatically targets if I only have so many valid targets. It's nice.
Victory!
Treasure is yours.
Yay!
And chest.
Woohoo!
Legendary Gold Leaf Blade. Level 13 legendary weapon. Which has a deck that's associated with it. Okay, that's kind of like Guild of Dungeoneering. It's a cool concept. By equipping the Gold Leaf Blade, Borgo put on some great new cards in his deck. Ah, yeah. It's the same idea as Guild of Dungeoneering. I wonder if they took it from this game. This one's a bit older. That's a neat way to kind of get around the problem. Or I guess you have more design space where you can have a thing that you equip that has very few cards so you can get more deck consistency. Because every card game wants to reduce the total number of cards you have in your deck, right? Okay, I have many weapon slots. That makes sense.
Whoa! Ambush!
Green Fang is here. The whole nerdy GM with the cape. That's pretty great. Wear Green Fang's acidic breath and use your new cards to avoid his armor cards. I don't know. I can't think of any card games where you want less consistency in your deck, right? Maybe many copies of the same card, but ideally if you could just have a deck that has one card that says deal 10 damage and 40 copies of that, like everyone would play it like that. That's why there's usually deck size limits. Alright, so they might have a higher chance of getting walk or run or dash. That's cute. I do teleport other. I don't think I can get my other party members close enough, though, if I teleported him now. I can pass this turn. Let's see if I can figure out how long it takes for a round to progress. Okay. Let's see. Now I could see teleporting. How far does he have to walk? Not quick enough. I think that counts as adjacent if he goes here. Acid Jet. Linear. Affected squares become acid terrain. Start of each round, occupant discards all armor cards. Oh, that's so cute. I love mechanics like that, where you can... Magic is really good at this as well, where you have some flavor and then you interpret it with mechanics. So, like, acid dissolves armor. So if you get hit with acid, you discard all armor cards. Really fun and exciting. Each square can only have one terrain attachment at a time. So the question is, can one of my other allies apply a terrain attachment somewhere? Charge probably makes an ally attack. Oh no, it's a movement and then an attack. At the end of the move, there's a character in the square next to you. Do 1 crushing melee damage to that character for every square moved. Cute. Like that. Not true. Gotcha. Dragon Claw. It's my armor that I'm about to lose. I gotta be careful here. So I should have used charge instead of teleporting him over there, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Cleansing Burst, does that remove... There we go. Discard terrain attachments in target square. Heal 2, burst 1, unblockable. Should move her closer so that they both get hit by it. I think it said the way terrain works, it doesn't trigger until the end of the round, right? If I understood correctly. Sweet. Not a big heal, though. Ouch. She's getting her butt kicked. He must have really long reach on most of his cards. I probably shouldn't have moved her that close, but I guess I'll remember that for next time. You know, they still count as being on a line. Alright, I see. Sorry, getting the right click to work is kind of tricky. I have to hit spacebar? Okay, let's try that. Target character draws a card. Opportunity cost is a big deal in this one. If they could all act on the same turn, it wouldn't be quite so bad. Draw a card, discard that card unless it's an attack card. Repeat until you have drawn 2 attack cards or drawn 6 cards. Okay. So, filtering. We like filtering. Penetrating bolts. Hard to block. Both do the same damage. Sweet. And then Gary pass. He must be out of abilities. 8 damage. But he has a resistant hide, and he rolled successfully. But it wasn't a significant reduction in damage dealt. And then the penetrating strike ignores the armor. Right on. This is a cool game. I like it. Has a lot of the things I enjoy about Magic the Gathering without a lot of the things I can't stand about Magic the Gathering. I wonder if this would be fun to play PvP. I enjoy the PvE element of it so far. Oh, maybe the round ends when 2 characters pass. Let's see that being how that works. Yeah, I think that's how it works. So if both characters pass consecutively, the round ends, everybody draws cards. That's a neat mechanic. I'm guessing all the maps are this size and it's more relevant in other stages. Oh, sure. Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, if I put it in a windowed mode, it looks more like this. But I kind of like having the dead space so I can kind of tell what's going on. Switch it back to this one. I guess this one you guys might be able to make out what's going on better because it's so zoomed in. I'll keep playing in this one for a while. Team Shift. I like how it gives you the little exclamation point if you haven't seen a card before. Other allies move 1. Strong Bash. Slide back 1. So it's a knockback skill. Boiling Armor. Target character discards all armor cards. It's cute. Hey, Yahan, how you doing? He is consistently rolling those 4s and 5s. What a jerk. Okay, he no longer has any attacks. Down to 4 health. Strong Bash could be good, though. Failed his rolls, finally. Alright, first try. Cool. Terrible roar, Green Fang crashes onto the temple floor.
Woohoo!
I bet you could use the mechanics in this game to actually run a tabletop RPG.
Wrong.
If you want to play with my card hunter set, you have to start at level 1. Yes, Melvin. Sorry, Melvin. Right on, right on. No drops that time. Start again with new characters.
And now.
Tale begins in Card Huntria.
Heart.
Melvin.
Uh-oh.
I wonder if Melvin's meant to be a reference to the whole, what is it? Spike, Timmy, Johnny, and Melvin, and Vorthros.
Huh.
On our level 1, okay, so they tried to teach us the game with badass characters. It's like how when you create a character in World of Warcraft, it shows them with their badass armor. Because they do it in Diablo as well. And then you actually create the character and they look like shit. Dwarf, human, or elf warrior? Male or female? So I'll do a lady elf, sure. More mobile, not as tough. More movement options. Oh, that's cute. So you think about the design space of races. Plan ahead and strategize. I guess we saw that with the human cleric. Move slowly, improve durability. They're trying to get me to play as a dwarf for my warrior, but I'll try some other things here. I like the idea of 3 race options just being your base movement speed. That's cute. Sure. Ooh, alright. Assume that I can rename the characters at will. One sec. Q is exclamation point card. You want to name a character. Should be open now. I don't know how many I'm ultimately going to have, but I can go and throw some of them in there. Certain targets. Fiacus. You don't get a lot of characters. Okay.
Yay!
Click exit to return to the menu.
Ah.
Because they're all leveling up slowly over time. Raider should be easy for someone who's already defeated Green Fang. Level 1, an exciting battle for 1 character. Such an interesting concept for a tutorial. Like, let's show you it when it's super complicated, and then let's roll it back and make it easy. I don't think I've ever seen a game take that approach to teaching you how to play it.
Huh.
Oh, it's no problem. Other people can add to the queue if they want. Do your characters ever die, or you're only ever going to have 3 people? Cleric, mage, and a warrior, basically. Yeah, I was saying the book titles look just like the first edition. Deidrearch bought me an add-on for the game on Humble Bundle, and when you unlock it, I unlocked it right before stream. It looks like the chainmail book cover. It's pretty sweet.
Ah.
Hoo-wee. Gold Raiders are in a group that shares a single deck. Okay, that's cute. Dash. I don't think it's advantageous to move towards the enemy. I kind of want to let them come to you if you can get away with it. I'm trying to think in what situation you would want to do that. Simple strike, weak strike. Bong the kobold. When a group plays a move card, they all move at once. That's cool. I've actually only played 3rd, 4th, and a little bit of 5th edition. Yeah, if you have a charge card.
Huh.
For each round, you always draw a bonus move card. Okay. Then you draw 2 more cards. Wow, yeah, they really... This would be great if this is the way... I've never seen a game do this. Like, let's throw you into it when you have no idea what the hell's going on. Maybe you're supposed to die. Like, maybe you're supposed to be really confused by the dragon encounter and die and be like, okay, well, since you lost, now let's actually teach you how to play it. It wasn't terribly bad, but this is like an actual tutorial. Great on all. Village is saved.
Yay!
10 XP. Loot system is pretty cool.
Woohoo!
Amber shards, several gold pieces. Take all and finish. Oh, that's cute. Get treasure you can sell for money. This is a really cool game. I like it very much so far.
Yay!
Sell the amber shards you found by dragging them from your collection to the blue store sheet. Okay. Cards in your deck come from the items you have equipped. Deck only has weak cards in it. Sure. Buy a woodsman's axe. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Very Guild of Dungeoneering-y. Direct reference to the village of Hamet. Yeah, that's what Zerp was talking about.
Huh.
Server slots or items to see what cards they give you. Okay. Let's see. Cool. The other time I was getting mostly weak strikes. One of them, weak chop, lets me pick 2 targets in melee range. Right on. Unusable treasure items, so I should just always sell treasure, basically.
Yay! What? And now...
And the battles are so much faster than actual D&D battles. Oh, it is Hamlet. Temple of Elemental Evil, yeah. I went to a couple PAX panels that kind of explained what First Edition was like to play, and it was very eye-opening. It was just incredibly brutal. An adventure. Battle. For levels 1 to 2. An exciting introductory battle.
Uh-oh.
So what's another video game that starts you with a bunch... I guess, Metroid Prime does that, right? You start with all of your abilities in the opening mission, and then you lose like half of them.
Huh.
To halt when they move next to you, so move to the yellow square to stop them from surrounding you. Oh, that's cute. I didn't realize that was the case. That must be the darkened squares means that you're next to them. It's a good rule. So far, the mechanics of this game are pretty elegant. I appreciate it. Hey, Kevin, what's screwing? Roll the block. Block any. Oh god, that blows. Really bad luck. Let's see, used up the block card for it. The round ends when we both pass. Okay. It went very well. We finished the tutorial adventure. Talked to Lisa, Matt, and Darcy afterwards. Sounds like they had a really good time. Excited to actually do some story stuff next time. I see. Oh, that guy didn't have a text. Interesting. Alright, I gotta kill one of them now. It sucks, man. It's the second time that's happened. So this guy must not have drawn any attacks, or maybe he just doesn't kill me. Let's see if I'm doing it that way. First try. Liberate the kobold. Level 2.
Woohoo!
Also unlocked a shield slot. See, that's nice. Woodsman's axe, shiny earring, kobold killer. That should come in handy. So what makes it a kobold killer? Discard your oldest card when you play this. Oh, I like that. Wonder how it determines oldest card on the first round, if it's just random. I'm guessing if multiple cards are all the oldest, just treats them the same. So this is a flat upgrade. Since bludgeon is a upgrade over simple strike. This one has 2 weak strikes, but it does have the AoE skill, so I think I want it over this. Yeah. And I don't have a shield yet. Maybe I can buy one after this. Heroes waiting at the tavern. Alright, let's do both. Lisa and Matt are more into the mechanics side of it at the start. But my thing is so heavily house rule that I wouldn't want to do that separately. Alright, so I can afford this already. Like, I kind of have to keep them focused as a group. That's really the best way to do it.
Uh-oh.
Can't sell usable items, only treasure. Later in the campaign, you'll be able to sell usable items. Okay, but I can sell this because it's just treasure.
Ah! Yay!
If I were playing with a group of, like, seasoned tabletop players, I almost certainly would have done a story that also introduced mechanics. I actually did that. If you go and watch the last D&D stream I did, it was a story that also gated mechanics along the way, but it was with 3 people that had played a lot of tabletop before. But none of the 3 of them had ever really played D&D before. Alright, Wizard. I'm going to play against type here. Tactical planning skills. Resist magic and shrug off damage. I'll do an elf wizard. Or a dwarf wizard, I should say. Do it like our Final Fantasy X expert sphere grid.
Yeah!
Since I only get 3, I'll just close the queue.
Adventurers!
Sure. Tunnels in the darkness.
Yeah!
I don't know what the little hourglass figure means.
Ambush! Uh-oh.
You need line of sight. Line of sight means you have an unblocked line from the center of your square to the targets. Okay, so it's like 4th edition.
Oh.
Okay, gotcha. I think those line of sight rules have been pretty similar for a while. Oh, now they're having me just play as the... Oh, never mind, I only have 1 enemy. I see what's happening. Little zap, spark. Okay, so it's just damage upgrades, it looks like. Spark is hard to block. Subtract 2 when rolling to block this card. That's a cool exploration of the mechanics of that. Let's do zap. Oh, because I'm not within 2. I see. That's where I might block. Now, even with subtracting 2, I've got 6.
Huh.
It's a good use. I like that the randomness component is in blocking. That seems to be the only time that it really triggers is in defensive abilities. Kobold has a lot of blocks. It can't block if you attack from behind. Oh, that's cute. Gotcha. So
Yeah.
only the 3 squares behind it, not flanking. When they say if you get a hero on either side of the kobold, does that it basically put you in a flanking status where all attacks are considered to be from behind, I guess? Flimsy block. I'm guessing I lose the card after that happens with the rusty shield. You missed your block. Yeah, then it got discarded. Okay, that makes sense. Ouch. Oh no, it's that it literally turns the character to face who got hit by it. So it's not that flanking status makes you always attack from behind. Okay, let's see. That informs the order in which you use actions, I guess.
Ugh.
Game isn't dumbed down for the masses. Thanks, Melvin. People's Melvin's done. Excellent Wand is an arcane item. Gives you telekinesis, slide 2. You may move through impassable terrain. Oh, that's cute. Again, that's a neat way to have your flavor be telekinesis and then just kind of use your existing rules. You don't have to make new keywords to mean that. Full disdain. Melvin. Yeah, it's like Dylan. Yeah, Dylan. Big Zap, little Zap. Gollum. Yeah, that's pretty great. Neat.
Huh.
Check the armory for new stuff before you wrap up the module. So click that slot on your character sheet. Okay. That's cute. So can I sell this stuff now? Not now. Okay, I have 44 gold. Don't really need new weapons. Maybe boots. Oh, that's cool. Sprint, investigate. Oh man. I really like this game. There's a lot of cool ways they can explore with it. You heal to keep. Cursed gumshoes. Does mean that it's cursed. Oh, Switch is getting Okami HD? Right on. I might get that. Tried to get Andrew to play Okami, but oh my god, it's so wordy. I didn't even realize it when I played it, but it's one of the earliest games I played on stream, but sometimes you'll go for like 30 minutes with no choices. You must play... Oh, because it's cursed. I see. That's cool. Okay. So there's a card that I have to consume, and I take damage when I use it. I like that. I'm trying to figure out why Investigate works this way. So it lets you move. You heal 2 when an ally takes damage. Use the clues left behind to avenge them. Okay. Squeamish. You may not target a character's health is less than or equal to the base damage of the guard. That's a cool way to balance these as well. Get armor. Patchwork boots. Just give you a lot of movement cards. Disintegrating boots. I have venturing boots, it looks like. What does shuffle do? Move 1. How about staves? 6. Now, can I only equip staves of the same level as me? Just save my money for now, we should be okay. Oh, that's cool. Otherwise you'll draw it like the PlayStation version. An adventure. Oh wow, my cursor's all over that's really weird. Huh. Alright, I guess you don't really need to see my cursor. Maybe I can just turn it off. I just looked over it. OBS, and it's super janky for some reason. Golden and cursive text. No, thank you. Oh, visible to opponent, so I can see their move speed. I didn't notice that as a status on items last time. It's cool. Inspiration. Overswing is the one that discard your oldest card when you play this. We want to save it. But I guess if I use it last, I don't have to deal with the downside. I have nothing to discard. Blocked it. Weak. Octopath Traveler comes out in July. Right on. That's actually what it's called? They're not retitling it? It's impressive. Yeah, it looks like if I do that, I get to avoid the downside, so you want to use it as your final ability. Attach to a target at the start of each round, heal 3, duration 3. Hang around for that many rounds. Okay, that's cute. Spark. Cool, and then we're both gonna pass. It has a job system? Sweet. So is it like the spiritual successor to Bravely? People were suspecting that it might be Bravely Triple or something, but Bravely Third. Able Bludgeon just does 5. Penetrating cut is penetrating damage. Nice. Although I feel like Bravely's second misstepped so hard that they're almost better just kind of starting over with the same concept of let's make a old school Final Fantasy-like game with a job system. Dark Souls amiibo? Really? What did they make? Is there like a gaping dragon amiibo or something? That's funny. So much for that heal per round skill. So I would get a Solera amiibo all day. Battered shield is marginally better than my rusty shield, right? Yeah. Flimsy, flimsy, weak. Weak, flimsy, unreliable. I have to get a 6. No, it's actually worse. Okay. That's cool. The network test is going to be like, you'll be able to download a free small version of Dark Souls that just lets you run around and do PvP. Oh man, if they do Dark Souls 1 with like good networks, I'm playing the shit out of that game. I might stream that, even though we already beat Dark Souls twice. I like that game so much. I might get it for Switch and do an off-schedule stream of it, like on weekends or something.
Uh-oh.
This map has difficult terrain. You must stop moving when you enter difficult terrain. Doesn't it block line of sight? Okay. And they've already established a couple different ways they can play around with the terrain. Use your time if you kill the shaman before his minions can get past the difficult terrain. Sweet. Yeah, this game's really cool. It is way up my alley. It's actually pretty similar to, I should let him move first, right? So I can move my wizard forward.
What?
It's similar to a lot of my 4E house rules. It's a little bit more simple. Or because it's cards, there's randomness that I don't really have in my system. Playable chain shop. Holy Frenzy causes 1 damage to its target, but then it boosts their damage every time they attack. Oh, stay away from frenzied creatures until the frenzy wears off. Right on. I still need to let him move closer to me. So they have to use a lot of movement to get over here. This guy still has a run card that he hasn't used. And I can pass all I like, because the round doesn't end until I run out of usable cards, right? I like that they show you the enemy move skills. It lets you plan a lot better. Sweet. End round, because we have nothing else to do. I like how this game kind of lends itself to little puzzles. Like this one where, you know, kill the shaman before they get out of their difficult terrain. Let's see, I can use that 2 square range stab, but then I won't be able to hit them. Block that guy from getting over here. I'm happy with that. Blocked it. Bummer. Unlucky. Telekinesis is kind of crazy, huh? Alright. Little zap. Can't quite reach. Sometimes I might want to save. What's the max hand size again? Is it looks like it's 6 maybe?
Ah.
You have more than 2 cards in a round, you have to discard down to 2. Ah, okay. Asked and answered. Yeah, that happened in the little opening adventure and it really puzzled me. So I guess my oldest card, probably Weak Strike, right? I think that's all that I ended up... Did I end up discarding 2 cards because 2 cards were my oldest card? Let me see if it shows that in the battle log. Okay, no, I just discarded Weak Strike. Perfect, that's what I wanted to happen. Okay. That would end the round. Oh, he's able to Weak Strike now, I see. Blocking my shit, dude. Super rude. Can I attack through allies if I have something that has a reach 2, like stab? Sweet. Fully fledged adventurer. Does anyone know what the revenue model is for this game? Like, there's, the game is free, but you can pay for extra modules that give you more total cards, or they give you more adventures to go on. Or both. I got these pizza slices, which I assume are like a microtransaction. Shaman had some nice loot. No kidding. Blessed Demon Claw, arcane item. She has another slot for her. Healing Pulse. Heal 2 every ally within 3 squares of you, including yourself. Frenzy 2. Righteous Frenzy. Interesting. Does Frenzy always imply that you take damage when you use it? Hatchet. Eh. Not usable. Fighter only. Not usable. Interesting. Maybe that'll be the last class.
Huh.
Recruit ourselves a priest. I think human priest makes sense. Although I failed to completely go against what the opening mission had if I have a human priest. I swap my mage and my warrior.
Yeah! Yay!
Sweet. Party is now full. Are there more classes? I guess you can just go ahead and tell me. Are there more classes than just priest, warrior, and wizard? Or mage, I guess.
Woohoo!
Keep on the hinterlands. There's a whole Penny Arcade joking around about the Shadowfell, and there are like Oh no, there's a place that's even... Doesn't Shadowfell just basically mean dark bad? Like, yeah, the next one's just going to be called the Shadow Dark. And then, like, independently, Wizards actually published a module that had the Shadow Dark in it. Can I sell all treasure? Because that would be an awesome button. This game isn't too bad about loot spam. Reference overload. Okay. So, my new character has no divine weapon. So I should buy one. Saint Choker's Maul. Level above your renown. What does that mean? Like, I have to pay more to buy it? Super sure I follow. A minor heal, just a little band-aid. It's funny. Let's see, Righteous Frenzy, minor heal, Sure Strike Blessing. When the target next plays a melee attack, it's unblockable and penetrating. Undertale on the Switch? Really? That's kind of surprising to me. I feel like some of the shenanigans that Undertale does would be hard for a console. It's the only console it's going to be on, right? Crash on Switch? No shit. Oh, man. Sony has to be so embarrassed. Cloud in Smash Brothers. I really hope we get the FF7 remake on Switch to justify that. Your Switch explodes. I think I want the more damage, to be honest. The healing effects are cool, but... Daily deal. Rare shop restocks daily. Oh man, holy shit. Right on. Probably super expensive would be my guess. Oh, yeah. Wow, no kidding. Okay. Man, yeah, there's a lot of really interesting design space around having cards that are connected to the weapons that you have. Did anyone ever get to play test, was it Thornwatch? Or is it out yet? The Penny Arcade card game that Mike was working on? It sounded like it was actually pretty similar to Card Hunter in some respects, that it was a tabletop RPG that was focused on deck building like Dominion. I don't think they use this like Card Hunter Gilded Dungeoneering weapons are a set of cards that go into your deck concept, which I think is very neat.
Huh.
Check your collection here. Interesting. How was it? What's your opinion of it? We're being pretty hyped about it when he first announced it, but then I guess they brought in a bunch of professional game designers and they've pretty wildly revamped what it is. Or what, since it first made it.
And now.
Oh yeah? How does the initiative damage model work? I remember him talking about like getting wound cards in your deck. They're kind of like curse cards in, what was it? Dominion. But it was a situation where if you drew too many wound cards in your hand, that's how you would die. South Park? Wow. That's a really big, direct. What's the Dark Souls Switch release date again? It's just Dark Souls 1 for now, right?
Encounter.
Will of a Templar is stronger. We got a full party now. Let's see. So let them come to us. Trying to figure out, like, it seems correct to almost always pass on your first turn in this game and let enemies come to you, unless if you have some way to reach them. Trying to figure out what would control for both players doing that, because I guess if you both pass in a row, the round ends. So if you have the ability to pass and it wouldn't end the round, sometimes you should. Cannot turn to face your target when playing cards. You do not turn to face attackers. interesting. They no longer have move cards. None of my characters can reach them. My mage might be able to... No, the range on these abilities is too short. Everyone rolls initiative. Why no? Did they say when the network test is going to be? PCs damage a monster. It moves at many places down the initiative order. If they get moved off the end, that's when they die. Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty different than what Mike was talking about 6 years ago. That's pretty cool, though. That only is applicable to monsters? Can monsters get moved down the initiative order as well? Sounds like you're trying to, like, snowball, right? Alright, let me look at the battle log. How far? They got walk. It's probably their only move card. So they can move up to, like, here. I'm gonna have to discard some stuff here anyway, right? Oh, they got to move again. That was unexpected. Because only one of their move cards is visible to me at the start of combat. Okay. I didn't get that earlier. Simple bash. But does he still get knocked back? He does. That's cute. Ouch. Or they get wounds if they go off the end. Okay. Yeah, I like... It's interesting when games have some sort of fundamental asymmetry between the player characters and monsters. Kind of like how in... I'm actually not sure how death works in 5th edition D&D, but in 4th edition, PCs only die when they get to, like, negative half their bloodied level HP. And monsters just die at 0, unless if they're, like, super important boss monsters, and maybe they get a chance to get back up. Womp womp. These guys roll really well. I mean, it's definitely a confirmation bias thing, but hide armor. Let's go ahead and trigger Righteous Frenzy. Let me remind myself how it works. Duration 1. So does that mean it will expire at the end of this round? Or it will... I'll hit end round and then it'll be available for the next round and then it will go away. Because I can just cast it and find out. It doesn't really matter. Don't use Frenzy. Okay. That's a start of round skill. Man. Unfortunate. I like how they have 2 armor cards. It's a cool way to make them extra defensive. 6. Man. Those rolls, though. So we want to use flanking on these guys in the future, so that since they have so many block cards. Gotcha. I understand now. Frenzy. Hit for extra damage with Simple Strike. Guess you'd want to use that as somebody that has a bunch of cards in the future. Oh, I didn't mean to use Walk. Shit. I wish I could undo once I started a card like that. Guess that's technically behind him if I had moved to that square. Whatever, I don't need to have 2 movement cards anyway. He still was able to move. Well... It'll just be me and Dieter. We don't have anybody else that'll be popping in. We might play against bots, or I guess you can also play against randos online. Just join a lobby. But if anyone else would like to play, you are welcome to. Band-Aid. Ouch. Of course, he walks out of the way. That makes perfect sense. Now, why do I know what cards he has now? Is it simply because he's had it every round, or once you see cards and they filter back through the deck and you draw from your discard, you just know what all the cards are at that point? Oh, I thought I counted as behind him there? No, I guess you have to literally be in the 3 squares behind them for that to count. Oh well. Now I know. Now, is it only the male cards because they are listed as keep that I get to see them? Passed. And let's see, which one of these is worse? Weak, flimsy. I guess the color at the top of the card is kind of a tip-off as well, right? Cool. Alright, so the wizard could hit without blocking here. Or not. Oh, I guess armor does... Okay, so armor doesn't have a... Okay, I get it. I've been trying to figure out why I've been attacking them from behind and they're still blocking, and it's because armor doesn't work the same as shields, which makes sense. Yeah, I got that now. Thank you. See you, buddy.
Yeah.
Papa Manchu Pizza. Wizard's Workshop. So how many of the modules in this game are like direct references to old D&D modules? What is it? What's happening, Chaos? New Smash Brothers. In 2018? What? Dude, the last Smash Brothers, they spent years and years hyping it. Is it Sakurai? Sakurai has been done with Smash since Melee. I'll have to go and watch it. It's awesome.
Yes.
Club rewards. Presumably that's because I got the Humble Bundle thing from Dieter Eric. That's cool. If they did a fake out, that has to be... that pretty much has to be Sakurai, right? I feel like he's responsible for a lot of those sorts of shenanigans. Okay. Dagger, everything else is kind of bunk.
Pizza.
Large of tofu and pineapple. Extra tofu. Pineapple. So much for that. Workshop level 2. Hang on. It's our first time one of these adventures has multiple levels in it. Huge update expansion for 20 bucks. I haven't picked up Splatoon 2 yet. Is it worth it? So this one has golems and ornithopters. Yikes. Oh god, Serp. Ugh. Sans for Smash. I could see making an interesting character out of that, actually. Zero. Penetrating Zap. That sounds fantastic against these assholes. Penetrating Cut. I want to save that if possible. Ember Spray. Cone. Yikes. All characters in a forward arc. And it gives me a burning card. Crash for Smash. Yeah. I bet that's why they were getting it on there in the first place. So now they're gonna have they're gonna have Crash Bandicoot, Sonic. They just need to get Bonk, right? TurboGrafx mascot. And Master Chief, and they're done. Yeah, it's funny. Is it Penetrating Cut? Someone from Game of Thrones. Oh, sweet. Hollow Knight for Switch. I hope that we get to a point where a lot of these games co-launch on the Switch, because I would prefer to have almost all of them on the platform. Really? I wonder why. That's interesting. She got no cards in this round. That's a bummer. Most of my cards are actually pretty bunk right now. Try to finish off the Ornithopter and over this burning crap. Oh, they get to armor the burn card. That's interesting. I didn't expect that to work that way. More Ember Sprays. Jeez. Really gotta burn down their Ornithopters fast. Marstead. I could see them making Solaire into a Smash character. Oh man, speculating about Smash characters, we haven't been able to do this for years. Alright, let's see. Simple Bash. Knockback. Zap. Simple Bash is good to use with him. 3 males, good lord. Alright, how many hit points does this guy have left? 5? Can't get to him from here. It's a bummer. Heal. I don't have shields anyway, so I need to worry about my facing direction. Buffering? I don't have any dropped frames. Smash for Switch, that's just gonna be swell. Yeah, right? I don't think I'll stream it though. The only reason I had success with streaming 3DS Smash was maybe I'll do it for free play a couple times, but I only benefited from 3DS Smash because nobody had a 3DS capture card. And then I have literally 0 people. I think half of my followers, I have like 2,500 followers, about 1,200 of them are from Smash, and not a single person watches a stream that came here because of Smash Brothers. It was good for numbers during the week, I guess, but that was about it. Ornithopter's still at 5. Guess I could have her move again. Will it finally have robust online? Yeah, so what was still missing from Smash 4? Or I'm sorry, yeah. What was missing from Smash 4's online? The stuff being announced at the Direct, Cappy? I don't really need the move cards. Guaranteed to draw one, right? What's up? I'm hype about Octopath Traveler. Sounds cool. I'm excited for Dark Souls. I'm excited for the new Smash. So in this game, do you eventually draw back through your, like, shuffle your discard deck and draw back through it? I assume so, right? Feels like that kind of game. Frenzy, I probably should have cast on Serp earlier. Still cast it now. Yeah, I'm happy. It's funny, it's like Bravely was already a spiritual successor to old school job-based Final Fantasy games. Now we have a spiritual successor to that. It's kind of funny. 1 block. But he's dead. That's good. Less incoming damage. Heck yeah. It's not that bad. Especially the first Dark Souls. I'm curious if they're going to change it significantly. Have they announced anything for 3DS in the last year? I feel like they've got the install base on the Switch. My guess is when they said the Switch isn't going to compete with the 3DS, they were hedging their bets in case the Switch wasn't successful. But that's less critical now because it is doing so well. I have to discard in order. Let me see. Pressured into buying Smash. End up playing like 5 hours of it. Oh, there's a new Kirby game for 3DS? Huh. Interesting. Maybe I'll try to play that on launch day then. It's that capture cards and get less and less valuable over time. 8 jobs in Octopath Traveler. Oh man, if you had to nail down Final Fantasy to 8 jobs, it'd be pretty hard. But like, you're already locked. You have to have White Mage and Black Mage. They had 5 3DS games? Wow, that's really surprising. I mean, I guess it doesn't need... I'm guessing almost none of the games need to be on 3DS, right? Like... So when they start porting to Switch, I don't... It's a little awkward window where games end up being on both consoles, like we had with the 360 and the Xbox One and the PS3 and the PS4. 8 characters with 8 jobs each. Subclasses. I see you could do that. Would be pretty different, but it could work. Wow. Oh, really? I mean, they just announced a WarioWare and Luigi's Mansion remake?
Oh.
Right, you had 5 classes that had upgraded to 5 better versions of the 5 base classes. Black, white, red mage, monk, and fighter. Oh yeah, it's too bad. I'd like to see WarioWare on the Switch. I haven't played WarioWare since... Remember I got the Wii WarioWare and I was really disappointed about how gimmicky it was? I mean, it was a Wii game, so a lot of Wii games are fairly gimmicky. The original WarioWare for the Game Boy Advance was a super tight experience, which is really, really good. I'd love to see them do a really good WarioWare game. Shoddy Penitence Mail, Uncommon Divine Armor. Is that only for Priest, presumably? Not usable until level 2. Ah. Penetrating Zap. I'd have 2 penetrating zaps for those guys, that would be nice. I like the way it highlights things that are equipable in that slot. It's neat. Oh, it is a divine item. Okay. Holy Frenzy, Righteous Frenzy, Healing Pulse. Versus 3 minor heals. Sure. Still no mention of Virtual Console. Man. That's crazy.
Huh.
I wonder what's what the holdup is with Virtual Console. Like, that was available on launch for the Wii, right? Click on the link on my laptop. So nice. Praise it. I wonder how Solera would control. I feel like if you're going to add a Dark Souls character, it's the right character to add. So we got a boss fight, which I'm not sure... We had the dragon earlier. What makes a boss fight fair? Just have really strong abilities, presumably. Heal 2 every ally within 3 squares, including yourself. Okay, that's cute. Presumably this guy has some kind of AoE attack. I think that's a big part of it. Same moves as Ness. Oh god. Oh no. Ugh. It's not. Penetrating zap. Penetrating cut. Which that counts as being behind him in case he has a block, which I assume he doesn't. Ouch. Thicken mail. 5 or higher. Oh man. That just blows. Keep getting good rolls on that shit, man. Wow. Just guaranteed roll 6s or something? That makes it so he doesn't turn around either, I think. There we go. Power of confirmation bias. So our greatest weakness as a species. Do I believe that? I think I believe that. Alright, we're getting him there. I don't think I want to waste healing pulse just yet. Clumsy does not turn around. Penetrating zap. Really move her out the way. Somewhere where she can still stab him. Can keep spending stuff to move. Alright, that's actually kind of an interesting mechanic. Trying to burn the enemy's move cards, basically. Yay, finally rolled a 1. Very nice. Stab. Let's get in there for a bludgeon here. No whammies, son of a bitch. It's like whenever I have an attack that does more than like 1 damage, that's when they manage to land. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the Switch overall so far. Lack of Virtual Console is kind of a bummer, and it seems like the online is a little bit all over the place right now. Ouch. But stuff they could still conceivably fix, right? Gotta make them work for it. Save that for next turn. Oh man, that was lucky. Alright. What would you prefer to be happening with the Switch so far, Cappy? What are you generally disappointed with? Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Oh my god, that's... They appended 4 Japanese subtitles. Tag basically means Marvel vs. Capcom style, I guess. What does cross mean these days? Anything? Yeah. I hope that Pokemon reboot rumor turns out to be true. Cane item. Oh, 3 penetrating zaps. Sounds great. Blocking axe. LG chops. Arcane items, 3 penetrating zaps. I'd lose telekinesis, which I don't really need. I think I'd prefer it to this guy right here. Well, I've just finished the level that had all the armor, so it probably isn't going to matter going forward as much. Crossover. Oh boy. Ruby? Really? Ruby's crossing over with, like, official... Really? I mean, that's cool, but... That's the Rooster Teeth production, right? It's Western Blender animation. Mostly, like, cool fights and stuff.
Woohoo!
Re-releases. The Virtual Console's a big one. I guess I haven't played a game that's required voice communication. I don't really care about multiplayer games as much, so I'm more amenable to their current strategy. But you buy more chests if you're feeling lucky. Ah, that's an interesting mechanic.
Yay!
Probably not. And I can buy some with pizza. Is this the best thing to spend pizza on? Or is there some reason I should save it for other things? Oh yeah, Captain Toad's a really good game. I don't think I want to buy it again at full price either. Power requirements available beads next to item names. Get power tokens as you level up. Probably shouldn't buy anything that needs a token to use. Okay, so those little guys. Gotcha. Which I have 0 at the moment, I believe. What's the best thing to spend pizza on? Huh, that's pretty crazy. Blaze Blue's Japanese, though, right? Let's see. Is there a way for me to see just treasure items? I don't think I have any more, but here we go. Okay. That's a little bit better. I'd still like to have a sell all junk item. There's no reason not to sell it, but... that's cool. I have 2 of them, so it stacks.
Uh-oh.
Later in the game, so I still can't sell usable items. I guess they want to make sure that you don't actually put yourself in a situation where the game becomes unplayable. And that is fair. Ruby's popular in Japan? Man, that's really cool. Thanks, Andrea. Shoddy Penitence Mail. Penitence. She can't even equip Divine Armor yet. So everybody's slots are all filled at the moment. Getting fairly close to level 3. Level 20 is the max level in this game, I assume. Alright, let's keep progressing here. Maybe I'll see if I can buy some stuff. Barely any money. Let me Google really quick Card Hunter. Ways to spend pizza. Yeah, that sounds pretty cancerous, Cappy. Needing a phone, headset, and cable. Best way to spend your pizza. Custom outfits. Huh. Okay, that's not what I wanted to read. I just want to know what else pizza can be spent on other than chests. What's the best way to spend pizza? Eat it. Thanks. Treasure Hunt Adventures. You can buy gold with pizza. I'm gonna get the chests, actually. We'll get one of them at least.
Yay!
Uncommon. Okay, I have no power tokens. Sort by cost seems good. It's Divine Armor. Excellent Wand. Nothing that I'm going to use, it looks like. Fool's Maul. Yeah, I have a feeling that Guild of Dungeoneering was inspired by this game. Because it has a lot of really similar ideas. And I'm pretty sure this one came out first.
Adventurers!
Trogs in a nearby cavern. Official Adventure Module. 2 exciting battles. Levels 1 to 4. Trogs are nimble foes.
Encounter!
The ham quote? I could tell you how many times it shows up. Think. I want to smell like ham. Only shown up 4 times in history. Since it was added. What game was that for again? Why do I need to spell like ham? Is that Valda's story? I could see it being inspired by Munchkin as well. The core idea I'm noticing in this game is that's similar to Guild of Dungeoneering, is that when you equip a piece of gear, it adds cards to your deck based on the gear, and then the interesting innovation that I notice is that sometimes they'll balance gear by having it give you negative cards that you don't want to draw. That's really neat. Oh, with Pirate's Curse, that's right. It's true. Raise a good point. Wide. Man. Super rude. Super duper rude. I'll just cast it on myself. Take some damage in the process, which is fine. That's fine. Yay! 6 damage. Oh shit, I didn't realize I was gonna push them. I should have paid closer attention. Bummer. He says her other attack will last in the next turn. Cool. Difficult terrain. Love Andrea. I miss her. She gets back tomorrow night. Looks like her DC trip's going really well. Drop guard. Discard all block and armor cards. Alright. Strong stab. Ouch. Oh god. Super ouch. Jeez. All he has remaining is a run card, so I can safely go and try to attack him here, is what I'm reading. Sweet. Oh, I'm sorry, Leon. I hate missing packages. I had somebody from FedEx show up the other day with a package for Kat. He rang the doorbell, I was in the shower, and I managed to get dressed and run downstairs in time. And he looked so mad. He had left a little, sorry we missed you. Open chest. Club rewards is an interesting system. I wish it wasn't based on actual days. If it was based on like hours playing the game, I would be fine with that, but now I feel compelled to play it more. You know, not that I will, but it's obvious why they do it, but doesn't mean I have to like it. Improvised halberd, stab, 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 stab. Penetrating cut, simple strike. I like all those things, I think. There's more penetrating cuts. I think the rate at which I draw the critical overswing is too low, so I'll take the halberd. The fighters get to dual wield weapons. It's a cool concept. It's a neat way to distinguish the classes from each other. Impulse, divine armor. Still waiting on her to level up. That takes a while. Got a lot of divine armor that I cannot use. Ember spray would be nice. Let's see, I don't really need all these penetrating zaps anymore, do I? Let's do that. Sounds good, Peter. Can you be a bit quieter? It's important for the GM to be control of the group at all times.
Encounter.
Alrighty, let's see. I really like the difficult terrain system in this game. I'm gonna pass. Let them come to me. Scuttle. Whoop, 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 whoop. What did Scuttle say? Free move. Basically ignore difficult terrain. Ah. Cute. Okay, let's see. So we have a kind of a boss trog, slightly higher level trog here. Oh, he had the ability to end the round on me. I didn't think about him doing that. It's interesting. So that's part of why I shouldn't just spam pass, because I could get screwed if I'm not careful about it. Right on. I don't think I had to discard anything important, so it's not that big of a deal, but... Do multiple frenzy cards stack? I assume they do. Wait, why did the spear thrust happen? Spipple speared me? Needed 2. Oh, it hit her. Okay, that actually makes sense. I was puzzled. Okay. So we need to get her like here. Guy attacked. Okay, that also is fine. Probably do a launch stream for the WarioWare game. Do miss WarioWare. Good games. Cool. It's overkill, but that's okay. He moved away from me. What a jerk. Really? Thought WarioWare was an in-house Nintendo thing. Ouch. What kind of games are they? Just standard rhythm games, basically. Sweet. Cool.
Incorrect.
Huh. First say Gary's playing fast and loose with the rules to your advantage. I do not approve. I'm guessing my GM being named Gary is a Gygax reference. Oh man, 2 level ups in a row. I wonder why it's taking so long for me to get XP up to this point. That's interesting. Not enough power tokens, because I don't know how to get power tokens yet. There's Frenzy, Misguided Heal. Healing's applied after damage. Huh. Doesn't prevent attack damage from behind you. Target next plays a melee attack. It's unblockable and penetrating. Duration 1 or until triggered. 3 divine armor. Yeah, okay, I can take more righteous frenzies, I guess. Weak armor is kind of nice, but although that is going to clutter my hand more, right? I guess they're all going to kind of clutter my hand. Yeah. More consistency and more of the same card. Let's see, Arcane Skill, huh? Don't have any of those yet. I'll have to buy some later.
Woohoo!
Oh, I can sell treasure now. That's exciting. Staff of Flames. Neat. Yeah, let's do that. Treasure. Healing Orb. What am I losing? So I like that Unholy Frenzy. True Strike Blessing, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. She leveled up 2, which now gains her access to armor. Heavy armor, of which I have none yet. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Huh.
Further Trog incursions, pinpointing a cave on the coast of the potential source. Alright, let's try to fill up the slots that are currently not being used. Mail and fumble. Yikes. Let's see. solid mail, rusty armor. A 4 or higher. Thick mail, 5 or higher. Rather have reliable. Probably do rusty mail, hardy mail. Okay. Arcane skills. Oh, that's neat. Corrosion. Arcane skills. Spark generator. Attach this card to yourself. Duration 3. Duration 2. Add 2 damage to electrical attacks. But I currently am focusing on fire attacks. That's neat. Like we do this by level? Okay, that's nice. Whenever a burning card you control burns, it does 1 additional damage. Fire spray, ember spray. Add 1 damage to the electrical. Okay, so that's if I were to dual specialize in electric and fire, which is kind of what I have now, but I kind of want to move to just 1 element. So let's grab this guy. And let's see if I can buy something to replace my electricity with fire damage. Regular price. Magma spray. It's cute. I feel like AoE is the way to go. Prestidigitation. Do nothing. Mandatory action. If you're into digitation, we got the spell for you. Huh. You must play this card before playing any non-mandatory card. That's a neat mechanic. I like that. Ooh, you can only play this card if you're behind the target. Create a dash card on the target's hand. Create and attach a fright card to the target. Okay. Right on. I like the use of the word attach. Force bolt. Let's do our fire blast torch. Sweet. Set all. Alright, now presumably I can start to sell shit here. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh, not yet. Alright. Roger, roger. We're gonna get there one day. Do I have any treasure real quick before I leave? Nope, we're good. Multiplayer will be fun to check out at some point as well.
Ah.
Cursed Mind orchestrating a savage assault. Trog Wizard. 2 exciting battles.
Ambush.
Get that tasty man flesh. A little Zoidberg icon, that's great. They waste their scuttle on their first turn there. Oh, it's attacking it through difficult terrain. Shenanigans. Alright, see how it is. Oops, I didn't mean to start using that already. Should have moved her out of the way first. Bummer. Next turn, I'll have to save the other things. This is technically the last week. We just have 1 sub-block game next week. Republic. And then Jahan's gonna have a day that I take off to spend with Andrea in a couple weeks. But as far as it dominating the schedule, it's over as of this week. Doing bonus streams next week. Dark Cloud 2 and Darkest Dungeon. So we'll do one of the fire sprays. Of course, I'm rolling 1s as soon as I have armor for the first time. Shocker. should have moved one more square. Maybe the other guy will move. Nope, moved out of my range. It's fine. That's based on the direction he's facing? Oh, okay, I can turn the way that I'm facing to target more dudes. I see. Gotcha. Amnesia's free on Steam? Okay, look it out. Okay, I have the original Steam. Is this just like more DLC for it or something? That guy's so dead at the start of the round. Alright, scuttling away from me. Some people's kids, man. Bye-bye. Alright, sure. Kaboom!
Victory! Huh.
Trog's going hungry today. Walk, reliable hide. Heavy armor. Weak armor. Yeah, I think I prefer that to the bot. And what's this? Elvin says a good GM isn't distracted by food mid-session. He says it's about focus. Okay.
Ha ha!
Now, is this like a terrain effect over here? If it is, I can't. It's black sight. Maybe just showing that he's the boss. That's my guess. Whoop, 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 whoop. I want to let them move one more time. I guess so. None of them are close enough to me yet. Stab. How far is that? This attack is blocked. You take 3 piercing damage. Oh, interesting. That's cute. They still have a move card. Oh, I think the Scuttlers don't have a move card. I see. No, I think Melvin is very clearly presented as not someone you're meant to take seriously. Cone damage is pretty good in this game. So these guys are both gonna die. Well, no, I think this is only 3 total burning damage. Oh wait, no, burning 3. Magma spray. Yeah, so I overkilled them there. That wasn't even necessary. Keep that in mind for next time. But I also don't have to bother with DPSing them anymore this round. Kill this guy and I'll just have the wizard left after that. Shouldn't be too bad. Nice block. Oh, I thought I was giving him a new ad there. Alright. I think when I saw this at PAX, I actually signed up for the beta for it, and I think I even got in, but I don't remember ever trying it. I must have gotten an invite when I was playing some other game or something. Uh-oh. Ouch. Here's Scotland. Cannot reach him. Nobody can. Okay. Let's see. Hide and strike. Well, probably frenzy. I don't know if I'd actually cast it next turn. Could die in his next turn if I'm not careful. Get her close enough to stab. But then he'll move away. Of course he does. This is a game of trying to bait stuff out like that, I guess. Block. I think that'll be enough to kill him, right? Oh, because one of my things got blocked, so he didn't get the burning on him. But he'll still die because it's burning too. Okay, yeah, it's in the round. Alright, you think it's gonna sell out? I wasn't gonna worry about it, but... Bye-bye. Have amiibos been steadily coming out for the past, like, year? I thought maybe people chilled the hell out about them. Because I haven't been seeing posts about them all the time anymore. Fine item. Ah. Let's get that coveted deck consistency. Healer's hide, minor heal, thick hide armor. Sell. Tangerine staff. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Renown up. I'm not sure what governs my renown rate. Cuthbert's costumes to change the appearance of your characters.
Woohoo!
Deserve new figures. I'm gonna give you some pizza for my private stash. 80, holy crap. No, I don't really care. I would rather have mechanics. Oh, they give you some pretty crazy substitutes, huh? Cosmetics, man. I guess maybe you'd want that if you're playing it online to show off how much money you spent on the game. If it's a way for the... I feel like cosmetics in a lot of games are sort of like pop-up ads. Like, hey, if it lets me use the service for free, I'm not complaining. I don't need to recruit anybody, right? Yeah, it's warrior, human, or elf. I'm sorry, dwarf, human, or elf, and then warrior, mage, or priest. Gotcha. Keeping it simple. I can appreciate that.
Huh.
Is the co-op in this game any fun? Do you end up having a total of 6 people? I just noticed the option for it in the top left corner. Only being sold by GameStop. Fantastic. I hate exclusivity
Ambush!
so much. On the trail of the stolen baby, the goblins ambush you. You remind me of the babe. Alright, this is where AoE is going to shine if I'm smart about it. Oh, he just ends the round. Right on. Alright. I know, right? Burning Fingers is weaker. Bludgeon. And I wonder if the same thing's gonna happen if I pass again. Okay, there we go. Block magic? What? Oh my god, they both rolled 5s. Of course they did. This game, man. Guess I could see them intentionally cheating the RNG for that. It's hard to say though. Okay, these guys have a total of how much burning? 5 burning? So they're both gonna die in their next turn. Okay, cool. So I could then Ember Spray all of those guys, but I hit my ally. Try to move my ally out of the way. Oops. Shit. I wish I could back that up. I just wanted to hover over it and see what I could do with it. Oh well. Clumsy chop. Nice block. This is who I wanted to move. I guess you can just take the damage. Not that bad. Projectile block. Every time they've used projectile block, they've rolled a 5. I wonder if it's scripted. I mean, it could very easily just be confirmation bias, and it very likely is confirmation bias. But I could see them trying to teach you about the projectile blocking mechanic when you first learn about it, and it only really works if it succeeds almost every time, otherwise you just don't even notice the pop-up. Get out of here. So what I should have done, I think I should have used Righteous Frenzy on the wizard, since he had so many big nukes that turn. But I guess it wouldn't have resulted in more enemies dead, just more overall damage dealt. Ouch. Let's block. Fire spray again. I can move her out of the way. Naturally. At least that one was only a 3. Yeah, every time they've rolled that, they've succeeded so far. So you're going to take 3 points of damage. So I need to do 2 more to you to kill you. Cool. So this kind of battle is teaching us about having a larger group of weaker enemies and having to deal with that, versus we did an adventure earlier that had like only 1 or 2 very strong enemies. Okay, let's see. Magma spray, all those dudes. Should just kill them. Perfect. Wizard hype. Okay. Stab it. And then he's gonna die in his next turn, so we may as well just pass. It'd be nice if they like foresaw that you were about to win and called it there, but I guess I see what they don't. Because I don't think anything can happen during the discard phase.
Correct.
It's the wrong info, Gary. I spent 5 hours prepping for an adventure. You have total command of your brief. Okay. Shaman robes. Then shooting zap, cloth armor, fire spray, bludgeon, bash. Vladimir's battle staff. Yeah, I think I want the consistency of my existing ones. Scrap heap boots, cautious sneak. You must end this move adjacent to blocking terrain. That's interesting. Okay, it doesn't appear that I have an inventory space problem here. Actually, yeah. Given all the voice commands and stuff from Melvin, or the voice lines, I feel like we're meant to think he's awful. The opponent omnibus, the monster manual. Oh, Melvin.
Uh-oh.
The earth trembles and the sun is blotted from the sky. Yikes, it's a goblin Hulk. Okay. Not a goblin Hulk, anything but that. Really good, I enjoy this game very much. It's well designed. Tickles my Magic the Gathering design space enjoyment itch without actually having to play Magic the Gathering. Okay. And I can in fact stab. Wizards are gonna die. He's super dead. Bye, wizard.
My kin will avenge me.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm getting prepared for that a little bit better. Got a bunch of burns he's gonna take here at least. Obviously, reveal your hand. Playing as a game master, don't draw a card to replace this. Okay. Able Bludgeon is 5 damage, which I can manage. Go ahead and stack a couple Righteous Frenzies. Oh shit, man. That one didn't get revealed. Huh. Well, I'll see if I can out DPS him here. Probably not. This might be my first loss. Hey, Weakened Armor actually worked for once. Now, can I not stack multiple Righteous Frenzies? I guess not, huh? Because I cast it twice and I only have one of them. Could I cast 2 different kinds of Frenzies and have them stack? Like if I had Righteous Frenzy and the one that deals damage to me, or just 2 of the same card buffs won't stack. Massive Hulk topples to the ground with a booming crash. Another mighty tyrant undone by the little people.
Duh.
You GM with the grace and delicacy of an orc fishwife. Alrighty. A lot of gold. Sneaking boots and more maces that I don't really need. I want to start getting rid of those frenzy cards. That's an okay stopping point, Dieter, if you wanted to do screen sheet now, or I guess I could finish this dungeon.
No.
I think it's just going to be me and Dieter versus either bots or randos online, but if anyone else owns screen sheet and wants to play it, speak now, let us know. Knowing the difference between an orc and a goblin is life and death in this business.
Oh.
Speaking like a goblin gives me a headache. I don't have the confidence to do silly voices as a GM. Sometimes I'll use a vocoder to directly change my voice. I didn't do any of that in the recent sessions. Let's chill. That obvious maneuver in clumsy is a nice way to flavor mechanics, right? Bull Rush. Move in a straight line. At the end of the move, if there's a character in the next square, do 2 crushing melee damage. Every square unblockable. Okay. It's fine. Oh, I didn't even notice there was an enemy over here. Goblin Shaman. That's fine. Filter my hand a little bit better. Alright, let's dump Flimsy Block. Dash, because I'm going to draw another movement card anyway. Probably don't need 2 Unholy Frenzies, even though they last a couple turns. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Really clever exploration of the design space. If you play Guild of Dungeoneering, Deidrearch, pretty sure it was inspired by this game, but it uses a very similar mechanic where when you find gear, equipping it adds those cards to your deck, and then often cards can have they can add negative cards to your deck as a result to balance it. I assume this is the first game to come up with that idea. I haven't seen it anywhere else. It works very well in a digital card setting. Alright, so... come to me, man. Shaman might be heading to buff this guy. Okay. That's fine. I'll just keep trying to take my best possible cards here. Walk, Burning Fingers. Ember Spray is burning 1. It's technically worse. Run. So, if I wanted to start buffing the whole party, I could do it now. Because I can't be sure that they're going to make it anywhere close to me, because they've kind of just been wandering around. And I can't get very close to them, even with my elf. Okay. Now I might be able to rely on it. He's got one more walk command, which gets him, to my knowledge, not in range of hitting me at all. Okay. Assuming he actually moves toward me, so I think now I can feel confident in buffing my allies. Healing himself, that's fine. Hey, that's what we wanted to happen. Fantastic. Okay, so let's nuke the hell out of this guy now. Bunch of burning cards. I think it's that you can't have 2 of the same card. That makes sense. So he's got a burning 3 and a burning 2, but he can't have 2 fire spray debuff cards. That's how they balance it. He's down to 11 hit points. He's about to take 5 damage. And this one is burning 1, so that should also stack. Cool. So now he's going to take 6 damage, bringing him down to 3 hit points. So if I can do 3 damage to him now, should be very doable. Stab him so he doesn't have to deal with hitting me here. Yeah, he's super dead. Okay, now we can just pass. Bye-bye. The dream. He's already opening his turn by passing. Which I could end the round now, but I don't think I want to do that. Okay. So... we don't know the shaman's abilities here. Ouch. Do it in a way that doesn't hit my ally. Can. She doesn't turn around. Should probably send my cleric in since I used that buff earlier. It's still active this turn. Nice heal. Oh, bollocks. It's a good heal too. What's she down to? 1, so she'll die from the burn. Okay. End turn. Bye-bye. Gary's a rank amateur. This will be more than mediocre for you. Thanks, Melvin. Hey. Hey, martial skill, that's neat. Robe, sweet. I have several of those. Now, are higher rarity items of a similar level generally just better in most cases? Okay. So I don't have any power tokens. I guess not necessarily. Some of these give way too many cards. Dimensional Traveler. Attach this card to yourself. At the start of each round, move one, teleport. Keep. For any square. Like the Doctor Strange. It's cute. Alright, so we got a new martial skill, of which I have none, but I can go buy one. And now I can do robes. So Dimensional Traveler or Resistant Hide. You need Fire, Poison, Electricity, Acid. Keep. Armor 1, keep. Then I have to ditch it, though. But, well... extra movement, given that my wizard is pretty slow as a dwarf. Let's do that. Oh, are you going to Fargo? That's cool. Level 1 shop, restocks daily, martial skills. What do we got here? Add 2 to any bash you play. Like, as in the card bash, or is bashing kind of damage? No, that's crushing. Slicing. Any chop you play. Okay, so it's the title of the card. This card does damage. It also does 3 slashing damage to you. Ah. Penetrating. Oh wait, so penetrating is a keyword. Are bashing and chopping also keywords that just aren't included here? Okay. Now, the one that says impaler, I assume that penetrating is referring to the keyword, not the card title. Trading cut. Oh, like this one might be pretty good. Quite a few of those. Yeah, let's do this guy. And let's see if I can focus more on penetrating cuts. I think I have other weapons that can work to that end. Although I like having this improvised halberd. Stabs are nice to prevent incoming damage. It gives me a bunch of simple strikes though, and those are pretty garbage. Never mind. Tan line in the middle of cards. Check. Piercing. That says bruising, though, right? I thought you were saying the same thing, Leon. Oh, it's card name, not keyword. Ah, okay. Yeah, so like bludgeon is melee crushing, novice bruising. But this says to any bash card specifically. But, I mean, the fact that it comes with bludgeon must mean that it works on bludgeon, so maybe it's just a card text inadequacy. For all my complaining about Magic the Gathering, I have to give Wizards props for, like, nailing down their card verbiage. I mean, they have errata here and there, but they've gotten really good at, like, using the same verbiage on every card and being very careful, very precise with noun and verb usage. Okay, we are done for today, and we're going to check out screen sheets. Give me a few minutes to set up the stream for that. I'll be back shortly. Card Hunter will return tomorrow.